What up, homie?
What up, dude?
We're going to talk about the top 3 reasons why you chunk a golf ball, and we're going to fix you. Let's go. Tej, can you show us what like a real golf ball looks like before we start into the gross stuff?
Just hit a good one?
I just have to have a good one first.
Okay,
so
right.
Show us a good one. Okay, that was nice. So now we want to get that.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's why people chunk it.
Sure.
People are like, okay, well, I'm bottoming out behind it, i.e. that's a chunk, but they don't know why that's happening.
Sure.
Because we hear this like, get to your left side all the time.
Hear that a lot.
Getting to your left side means that we're moving pressure to the lead foot,
Yes.
which for you, Tej, as a right-handed player, that's going to be your left foot.
Yes.
Well, I can move my pressure, like if I were on a force plate right here, up to this left side in a number of different ways. I could just shove my pelvis this direction, and now I have more pressure here than on my right foot.
For sure.
Okay, or I could move my ribs this way. The arms attach into the pelvic system or the rib system.
The rib system.
Okay.
Yeah.
The arms are what are in charge of swinging the instrument.
Sure.
Okay, so where this system bottoms out is going to reflect where we're going to shove the golf club into the ground. The midpoint of the arms is right here in the sternum.
Okay.
This is the point that we want to look at.
I see.
The other thing that's really interesting to you is just general human balance. The pelvis and the ribs are always moving in opposition to one another to just stay in balance. If I move both the ribs and the pelvis forward, I'm going to fall forward.
Absolutely.
You'll lose your balance.
Absolutely.
So if this starts going forward, because I'm trying to get my weight forward in my way of doing it, where's the ribs go? There you go. Now where's your sternum?
Yeah, back behind the golf ball now.
And that's where you're going to create the bottom out.
I see.
That's where chunks come from.
So if people are really trying to get to their left side through this motion,
Yep.
they could be making their chunk problem worse.
So you did your job. You got to the left side.
Yeah. But the ribs are what's controlling this.
There you
The
go.
ribs are going that way. That's a problem.
Because they work in opposition to keep you in balance because you don't want to fall on your face.
Absolutely.
Okay. So let's show one
Yep.
that would be improper. So this would be the pelvis moving towards the target. So you're getting your weight forward, but the ribs or the sternum is falling behind. So what we'll probably find is a bottom out here.
All right, let's see
Okay,
if
so
I
this
can...
would be improper.
Okay.
There you go, Chunk City 101.
Chunk City 101 for sure.
Okay, so now let's do this. Same thing, getting weight forward, but you're going to do it through the rib system. Really easy way to feel that is as you move forward into the golf ball, your head or your hat is going to move towards the target right off the inception of your forward swing. There you go. Up to the top, and now you're going to move your head up here. There you go. Good, excellent. So now we got bottom out control that's up here. Okay, let's go ahead and hit one now. Beautiful, so bottom out taken care of.
Yes.
Now, there's danger with this because most of the folks that we see when they get up here to the top, in order for them to try to get forward, what they'll do is they'll work in this space.
I see that a lot too. Okay.
Yep, so it'll pitch the golf club over the top of the plane, and now we have a whole nother set of issues. So we see that action right there. And this will make the problem worse almost all the time because what happens there, like how this whole right arm and like your right shoulder kind of works is when you're here and trying to go into this lead foot this way, what that leaks into is this upper bone in your arm is called the humerus. It internally rotates when we do that. And so the problem with that action at the very top is it pitches the golf club way over the top of the plane, and you'll just end up shoving the golf club into the ground. So like the angle that the golf club's working into the turf with is like, oh my gosh, straight into the turf, and it feels horrible.
Yep.
While you are moving the center of mass of your ribs forward, we need to be able to move the instrument, the golf club, under the plane.
Okay.
So it needs to go under so that now it can be more level into the ground.
Okay.
Okay.
So how do we do that?
So how do we do that? A lot of different ways to do it. What I would love people to feel is the golf club, what it needs to do from right here is work vertical in this space. See how this the club head itself is just working straight down.
Okay, got it.
It's right at me.
Yep.
If you move this internal, see how this is working horizontal. So it's moving in this vector rather than in here.
There instead of there.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. Now there's a number of different ways that you can do that.
Sure.
But what I would like you to just combo right in this space right in here, is as your head's moving towards the target, we're going to move the club head vertical. It's in this space. Now we've got everything worked out properly.
Got it.
And we need it vertical so that now it can move horizontal, meaning forward towards the target.
Okay, so it's not just going to keep going this way.
No, no, no.
We're going to go here and out.
Yes. So what we would like, and this would make general sense, the golf ball is sitting here. I would like, at the moment of the strike, for the instrument of the golf club to work right into it, boom, that way, not that way.
Yeah.
So this is another one of those terms that we hear in golf a ton, hit down on the ball.
Sure, sure.
Okay, well, yeah, is the angle of attack with some clubs down?
Sure.
Sure, but with some clubs it's up. We're talking about at most like 7 degrees
Down.
from level.
That's not that much.
It's not that much.
No.
So we're not going 90. This isn't effective. What we're really wanting is into it.
Yes.
Into it. It's level.
Relatively level for sure.
So
Okay.
just a visual in your mind. What we want is a horizontal hit. There's going to be a little bit of a downward action, but again, that's because my center of mass of my ribs is forward of the golf ball here. So this will be the bottom out. So down back where the golf ball is, I might be down on it a very few amount of degrees down on the ball.
Because the ribs are up here.
Exactly,
Yeah.
but I need a horizontal or a level hit.
So if I'm going ribs up here and a vertical hit,
Yeah.
we've got deep
Well, and it's a
problems.
vertical hit
Yeah.
because I've got ribs here and then a horizontal movement of the golf club.
Sure.
See how it's going? It's not going down.
Ah.
This is down. This is vertical movement of the club.
Yeah.
This is horizontal movement of the club. It's because it's horizontal too early and now it's vertical late.
Right, right.
Okay? So what we need is as I'm moving my head forward, I need the center of mass of the club or the club head itself to work vertical. So it's
Okay.
working in here so that now as I turn, it can be a horizontal hit. So it's vertical to horizontal. Good. So Tej, go ahead and hit us one here,
Sure.
but do it at a very cruisy pace. And you're managing two things. You're managing this and you're managing the vertical nature of that club in transition.
Okay. Cruising.
Yes. Beautiful. So now we have an angle of attack that's like appropriate. It doesn't feel down and over it. This hit
Totally.
feels horrible. This hit feels great. Last piece with this. Okay, and this is piece 3. Piece 3 is what the pelvis is really doing.
Okay.
Okay, so most of the time what people will get in trouble with is they're hitting behind it, chunking it.
Sure.
So they try to get further away from it, but it makes the problem that much worse. So they're trying to create space because they don't want to hit back here. Okay? So what they do is they'll rise and end up making the problem worse. So as my pelvis goes up, my pelvis is going vertical, what do I now need to do with the club? Move it vertical,
shove
so
it
I'm
down,
shoving
dude.
it down.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so we want this horizontal hit, right? So in this transitionary phase,
Yeah.
you drop. So I'm vertical here. This is a vertical move. I'm lowering. It doesn't need to be a ton. It can be. Some people might feel a ton
Sure.
because they're so far up here. But if I'm just dropping here, now what do I get to do in the hit?
Turn the chest.
And the turning of the chest, is this a vertical or a horizontal look?
There's the horizontal
There
hit.
you go.
Okay.
So all of our verticals
Ah,
are up in here.
sure.
Okay? We're dropping. There's vertical. This is vertical. The only thing that we're doing horizontal is we're moving the center of mass of the ribs or the head forward. There you go. That's transition. So now from there, you can go horizontal with your chest and horizontal with the club, and that's the hit. There you go.
Got it. So a lot of these things are just opposite of what most people try to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Most of the comments that we get on a number of our videos is like, when I drop, I feel like I'm going to chunk it. You absolutely will if you run this down and run this horizontal.
Sure.
Because now I'm shoving it in the ground. All the forces are going here. There, yeah.
So it's opposite force with the club, but we're
Yep.
still dropping in here.
There you go.
I
Because
can go
now,
out.
yeah. So the lower, like this is the visual. The lower that I go this way, like my body's center of mass, the lower it goes, the more now this hit goes out. So
Yes.
this is a horizontal hit.
Yes.
The higher my center of mass of my body goes, the more vertical my hit gets. So the
Interesting.
angle of attack is like,
Interesting. Okay.
So we got three things. The bottom out is really indicative of where the center of mass of the rib system is at the strike. So it needs to be far enough forward that now, because the arms are swinging out of the rib system, that's where our bottom out is going to be. It's going to be further forward.
Okay, got it.
Yep. Number two, we need the club head in this transitionary phase from the top of the swing to move in a vertical manner going that direction, so that now in the strike it can move horizontal. Vertical and now horizontal. Great. And the final piece is we are dropping the pelvis, so there's a vertical drop in transition. So we're dropping so that now the ribs can turn and you're going horizontal with the hip. So it's a drop and turn.
Got it.
Now, you can mix all three of those together, or you can just focus on one.
Sure.
Because the nice thing is when one operates well, the other pieces that we talked about there, all three pieces, they operate together very seamlessly. So you could hit 5 golf balls just feeling drop and turn. You could hit 5 golf balls feeling the center of mass of the club head going vertical, horizontal.
Yeah.
Then you could hit 5 golf balls feeling in this transitionary phase to get the rib system far enough forward.
Yeah.
And you'll start to feel everything kind of glom together.
Yes.
And they all operate together,
That's cool.
which is really cool.
Yeah.
No more chunks, baby.
Yes, sir. No more chunks.
No more chunks. Only fleshies.
Only fleshers here on
Hit
out.
them well, guys. Let's go.